Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and go over lesson 2.7.4. That's roller coaster. This is dealing with Booleans. So the Booleans, like we mentioned before, has to do with true or false. So you're actually stating whether that condition, whether that is a true um, condition or a false condition. It's not like the if where you're checking for a condition, that if that condition is true, then it's going to do it. This one's actually, you're initializing that type to be either true or false. Okay, so in this case, it's saying get the user input as a boolean and store it in the variable tall enough. So we're going to say whether that person's tall enough or not to get on that roller coaster. Also, get a user input as a boolean and store it in the variable old enough. Okay, then use the two booleans variables to decide whether the user is able to ride the roller coaster. Okay, so that's going to be a condition if. We're going to check for if. Use a logical operator to decide if the user is eligible to ride, and it's going to print out true or false depending on what the answers are. So I'll start it off, and then you guys can kind of go from there. But remember, booleans are true or false. So let's declare the first one, and that's is a person tall enough? And they want us to ask the user, so we're going to do read boolean and parentheses and the question. Let me see how they have it here. So we can just say, are you tall enough? Let's go with that. Okay, and so that's the first thing we're doing, because that's what they want us to do. And I'll let you guys do the rest as far as that is concerned. So now I'm going to go. The next thing it wants us to do, it wants us to identify those conditions, whether they're true or false, right? So we still don't even know yet, but we got to initialize it. We got to tell the computer. Oh, I missed something right here. All right, so I'm going to initialize it now. I'm going to declare that variable. All right, we already have it, but now we're going to tell it exactly what it is. So we go tall enough is true. So that's the condition that we're saying, hey, this is a Boolean expression. So we're saying that true is tall enough. Okay, and then you can do the next one. And then the next thing it's going to ask us for is, remember, it asked that if these two variables are the same, or if they meet the same condition, then we're going to tell it you're good to go. If they don't, then they can't ride on the roller coaster, right? So we're going to say an if. And we're now going to go so we're going to indicate whether that condition. So now the if, we said this is the Boolean expression, right? Think again, I'm turning on the light, turning off the light. Is the light on? Yes. Okay. Is the light off? No. Okay. So is the person tall enough? Yes. If the answer true, then that's true. Then we're saying that whatever they say, they're going to say true. For example, just to get us started. So that is going to fall into this one right here, because this, remember, we'll go right to left. So true is being assigned to tall enough. That's a type of Boolean. Okay. And now we know that this condition, if, checks for conditions if they're true or false. So if it's false, we don't need to indicate that. But right now we're saying if this is true, go ahead and print this out. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know what we need to do. You guys can finish it up, all right? You're gonna have to apply different operands into this statement in this parameters. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Remember, the two equal signs mean equal to. All right. If I have this, that means it's not equal to. Okay. And you guys know these. It's less than. But right now we're going to say that it's equal to. Right? Because now we're saying that if tall enough and whatever the condition you're asking it to check for those conditions, if they're true, then we're going to go ahead and say, then go ahead and print out this statement. And we're going to go ahead and go, I'll start it off for you guys, but you guys can finish it up, okay? You know what you need to do here. You're writing out that string, that class, the string, the object, of what this answer is going to be, okay? So we're saying if tall enough is equal to the condition, and if it's true, then I'm going to print out that message. If it's not true, okay, then it's going to print out what is the not true statement. It's going to go ahead and print out pretty much false. If you have, I hope I didn't confuse you. If you still have problems with this one, let me know. I'll try to write up another video going deeper into these booleans. But pretty much just know that booleans are only used to declare a true or false statement. And then your if is to check whether if those statements that you've made, those variables that you've declared, if they meet those variables, if they're true, they're going to do what it has to do. If not, it's going to do something else. Okay. Let's go to number 8. Number 8 is triple-double. Triple-double. All right. This one is kind of the same thing. It's checking for booleans. The person has to have scored 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists for it to be true. If they have a 9, 10, 10, then it's not true. It's going to be a false statement, right? So let's go to it. Okay, I didn't have it. All right, good. So it has this information here. All right, points. So we have a question that's being asked to the user that's going to be displayed. That's typed in. That's going to read. It's going to hold that as an integer. Okay, that's why it's doing that. It's not a string. So whatever information they put in here, whatever information they put in as far as answering your question, it's going to be held in memory as an integer that has a variable, okay, named points that's typed in. All right. The next thing it's going to do, so what they're wanting is to just create a boolean called triple-double. Here it is. It's already been written for you. And that is true if. So now they're saying that we're going to check that condition. If it's true, then go ahead and do what it needs to do. But in this case, this is a little a different program. So we're going to say right now, we're going to declare this false because we're going to declare the boolean inside the actual statement. So we're going to say false. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and type if points. And remember, we said it has to be, we're looking for a condition here, right? Because we're saying that if the person has scored 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, then they get the triple-double, right? So we're going to say right here, if the points is what, less than or greater than? Go greater than, all right? Greater than 9, all right? Because remember, go to 0. From 0 to 9 is 10. I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's we walked over this when we were in the first semester of class when we talked about how bits and bytes, and you go 0 and you work your way up. So 0 to 9 is 10. So if points is greater than 9, so if I enter 10, it's going to be greater than 9. Then that's what. Then that's a condition it's looking for. That's the first condition. The second one is going to be rebounds is greater, assists is greater than that number. Then what we're going to do, we're going to tell it to go ahead and print out that condition, which it asks us right here. That is true. Okay, because right here it says if. So that is true if. So now I'm going to go ahead and type that out, boolean, because it's a type, boolean, triple double, and we're going to declare it as true, right? Because now we're saying if these conditions are met up here, then this is going to do this, all right? And then at the bottom, we'll get our message right here. We're going to type in whatever it is that they want us to. So what do they want us to write in here? Let me see what they want, because you have to write exactly what they're looking for. It's not telling us right here, but so let me just put we're going to concatenate the information we want, because remember, we still gotta it still has to enter that information that that you're looking for. So if you're asking how many points, how many rebounds, how many assists, and it's bringing all that information and it's going through each line, and as it checks if this condition is met, then go ahead and do that. If it doesn't, it's going to go that one first. So this one's going to check first. It's going to go Boolean false, and it's going to check there's nothing to be false yet until it gets to this point. If not, it's going to go to this line. So right here we're going to do triple double, and I'm writing this one kind of all the way out, guys, because I know this one's going to be a little tricky one. So now we have this. Let's see what happens now. We should be able to get something. Okay, so what's happening here? Oh, I didn't write out the whole thing. So if we write out the full expression, you'll get an answer. Okay, don't worry about this error right now, because I'm just I went through this really fast. Actually, let me there we go. So I'm still gonna get errors because it's not all the way through. We're still missing some information here. So if you go through this, it should give you the answer that you're looking for, and this is why. Because the first thing, remember, this is your main method, that's your start, and this is that's your start. This is all the variables that you're initializing, the information you're asking from the user. This is your Boolean expression, the first one. If it doesn't meet it, then it goes to this if. All right, if that condition is true, then it's going to go to that, and that's going to go into here. All right, if it's not, if it doesn't meet these conditions, then this will be printed out, because it's going to go to that, because it goes line by line. If you have any questions, get a hold of me, all right, just get a hold of me, guys. Email me directly. Okay, bye.